Ever wondered why some people love spicy food while others can't stand it? Or why your childhood favorite candy doesn't taste as good now? Welcome to our exploration into the captivating world of taste perception. Taste, as simple as it may seem, is a complex mechanism that varies greatly from person to person. It evolves over time, influenced by factors such as age, culture, and even genetics. Our taste palette recognizes 5 basic tastes: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and the lesser-known umami. Sweetness is often associated with delightful desserts, while sour and salty flavors can be found in a variety of fruits and snacks. Bitterness, usually linked to coffee or dark chocolate, can be a taste that's an acquired preference. Then there's umami, the savory taste that's found in foods like mushrooms and cheese. Stick around to discover the amazing science behind taste perception. So, what exactly are the 5 basic tastes? Let's embark on a flavorful journey, shall we? First stop, sweetness. It's the taste that has us reaching for another slice of cake or an extra piece of candy. Sweetness is typically associated with sugars, certain proteins, and a few other substances. Our taste receptors pick up on this taste when molecules of these substances bind to a specific receptor, known as T1R2 and T1R3. Next, we have sourness. Think about that tangy taste when you bite into a lemon or the tartness of unsweetened yogurt. This is your taste buds identifying acidity, which is found in foods like citrus fruits and fermented foods. The taste receptors responsible for this are called PKD2L1 and PKD1L3. Then comes saltiness, which is mostly tasted in salts, or specifically, the ionized salts, like the taste you get from a pinch of table salt or a handful of potato chips. Our taste buds detect this through epithelial sodium channels, or ENaCs. Following saltiness, we have bitterness. You might be familiar with this from the aftertaste of black coffee or the sharpness of certain dark leafy greens. Bitterness helps us identify potentially harmful substances, as many poisonous plants and seeds are bitter. The receptors that pick up on this taste are known as T2Rs. Finally, we reach umami, often described as savory or meaty. It's a taste found in foods like cooked meats, cheese, and soy sauce. This taste signals the presence of amino acids, which are the building blocks of protein. The taste receptors responsible for umami are T1R1 and T1R3. So there you have it: sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami. Each one a unique symphony of flavors detected and decoded by our taste receptors, creating the diverse world of tastes we experience every day. Now that we understand the basic tastes, let's dig deeper into how our taste buds work. Did you know that your tongue is covered in thousands of tiny taste buds? These little sensory organs are the unsung heroes of your culinary adventures, doing the heavy lifting when it comes to experiencing the delightful flavors of your favorite foods. Each taste bud is like a little flavor fortress. It's made up of between 50 to 100 taste cells, which are like the soldiers stationed on the lookout for incoming flavor. These cells are renewed every 10 days to 2 weeks, ensuring that your taste perception stays sharp and ready for action. Now, these taste cells have a pretty impressive job. On the surface of each one, there are tiny hairs called microvilli that reach out into the mouth and come into contact with the food or drink you're consuming. These microvilli are like the soldier's antennae, picking up the chemical signals from what you're tasting and sending this information deeper into the cell. Once the taste cells have picked up the flavor signals, they embark on a thrilling relay race, transmitting the information via nerve fibers to the brain. It's the brain that interprets these signals and turns them into the taste sensations we know and love. Sweet, salty, bitter, sour, and umami. These all come to life in our minds thanks to this incredible process. But wait, there's more to this story. Not all parts of your tongue are equally sensitive to all tastes. Different regions of the tongue have a higher sensitivity to certain tastes. For example, the tip of the tongue is most sensitive to sweet tastes, while the back of the tongue is most receptive to bitter tastes. And here's a fun fact: the burning sensation you get from spicy foods, that's not a taste. It's actually pain, as capsaicin in spicy foods triggers pain receptors, not taste buds. But taste isn't just about those tiny receptors on our tongue. There's another player in the game: smell. And that, my friends, is a whole other fascinating story we'll dive into next. Ever noticed how food tastes bland when you have a cold? It's not a coincidence. Our sense of smell plays a vital role in how we perceive taste. Let's dive in. When we eat, we're not just tasting with our tongues. Our noses are also hard at work, detecting the aroma and enhancing the flavor. This process is called retronasal olfaction. When you take a bite of your favorite dish, the food releases aromas that travel up to the olfactory receptors in your nose. These receptors then send signals to your brain, which combines the information from your taste buds and your nose to create the full flavor experience. Without our sense of smell, we can only detect the basic tastes: sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami. But when our olfactory system kicks in, we can distinguish a multitude of flavors, from the tangy zest of a lemon to the rich complexity of chocolate. Now think about that cold again. When your nose is blocked, the aromas from your food can't reach your olfactory receptors. This is why food seems to lose its flavor when you're sick. Our sense of smell doesn't just enhance our food's flavor, it also influences our perception of its freshness and quality. Ever turned your nose up at a carton of milk that smelled off, even though it looked fine? That's your olfactory system, warning you against potential food spoilage. Interestingly, our smell and taste preferences aren't universal. They're shaped by our individual genetics, our cultural food practices, and even our personal experiences. For instance, if you associate the smell of baking bread with warm memories, you're likely to find it more appetizing than someone without that connection. So, taste and smell work together to create the flavors we love. But there's more to taste than just biology. Ever thought about why we have taste in the first place? Let's embark on a journey back in time to the dawn of human evolution. Our sense of taste, like all our senses, evolved as a means to navigate the natural world. It served as a crucial survival tool for our ancestors. Think about it. In the wild, our predecessors had to make split-second decisions about what to eat and what to avoid. A mouthful of the wrong berry or a bite of a toxic plant could spell disaster. Our taste buds, with their ability to detect 5 basic tastes, sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and umami, played a pivotal role in this decision-making process. Sweetness often signals the presence of sugars, a valuable source of energy. So our ancestors who preferred sweet foods were more likely to survive and pass on their genes. On the flip side, bitterness can indicate toxicity. Those who avoided bitter foods were less likely to ingest harmful substances, again increasing their chances of survival. Sourness can be a sign of acidity, potentially marking unripe fruits or fermented foods. Salty foods provide essential minerals, while umami, the taste of protein, signals a rich source of nutrients. These tastes helped guide our forebears towards balanced diets, promoting health and longevity. But here's where it gets really interesting. Our taste preferences aren't static. They can change over time, reflecting shifts in our environment, diet, and lifestyle. For instance, as humans began farming and cooking, our taste for certain flavors may have evolved. This is a fascinating area of ongoing research. So next time you're savoring a delicious meal, take a moment to appreciate the long evolutionary journey that led to your ability to enjoy it. Remember, our taste preferences aren't just about pleasure, they're about survival. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of taste perception, from the 5 basic tastes to the role of smell and evolution. We've explored how our tongues perceive sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami. We've delved into the intricate workings of our taste buds, the tiny sensors that relay flavor messages to our brains, and the complex interplay between our senses of taste and smell. We've even touched on how our sense of taste has evolved over time, shaping our dietary choices and survival strategies. This journey has shown us that the simple act of tasting is a complex symphony of biological processes, all working in harmony to create the flavors we love and crave. It has revealed the fascinating science that underlies our every bite and sip. So next time you savor your favorite dish, remember the incredible science happening right on your tongue. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more interesting facts. Until next time.